5th of February, so this upcoming Sunday, we will have a full moon in Leo, the snow moon, which will happen at 7:30 p.m. for Central European time, right at 16 degrees and 41 minutes of the sign of Leo. So here we have one first keyword that we can give to this full moon, which is purity. The snow moon is associated to that because you can imagine when everything is covered in snow, there is this pristine, untouched whole energy where everything is silent, and innocence, purity. I think they are very connected to the sign of Leo. Being really what you see I am, you know, without masks. Leo doesn't need masks. It's very authentic, very true. So one first question is, what is the purity? Is there purity in our intentions? Why do I do what I do? What drives my actions? Is there an energy of manipulation or control, or does it come from the heart? Does it come as a pure energy? So that's the first thing that is very enhanced and triggered in this full moon. Then we have this Uranus that is squaring this full moon. That's another piece of the puzzle that's very important. And it's really being able to stay in the uncertainty. And there can be tremendous growth with this acceptance of uncertainty. And of course, it's not easy at all. It's very difficult to make plans in these days. Things keep changing. There are last-minute delays, sudden events. It's difficult to take decisions, to do plans in this moment. There is this unsettling energy of Uranus, the great destroyer, destabilizer. And but I want to look more in depth at this uncertainty. So what happens inside of us when there is uncertainty? Anxiety. Most of the time there is anxiety because I want some answers. I want to know if I have some safety. I want to know what plan can I do. I want to feel grounded, to feel secure. But in these days, really, it's very important that we are able to stay there. And what is the great gift of this? Staying in the uncertainty. Trust. Because it's the only thing that we can do is having a big trust in the universe. So are we able to make space for the universe to work through us? Are we willing to allow the spirit to take space? And maybe put the ego aside. This is also seen in the Sabian symbol that is here, because the Sabian symbol of this degree of the full moon talks about a choir of parishioners that are united in a small church, and their singing together resounds in this small church. So it talks about the community feeling, the profound value of the community feeling that is able to put together, to unite so many different characters. But they are different, but they are all devoted to the same ideal. And this ideal goes beyond their personalities. So here we have, I think, the best thing that we can do to really be in alignment with this full moon is moving from a place of empowerment, so the sun, because we have the dynamic Leo, Sun, and Uranus, Aquarius in this axis of this full moon. So moving from a place of empowerment, Leo, circle with the dot in the center, the glyph of the sun. I know who I am. From this place of empowerment, I move toward other people. I move toward my tribe, and I talked about last month about finding your tribe. That was very enhanced in the last new moon. And when I'm there, in this process of co-creating with other people, I have to make myself smaller. But not because I devalue myself. I don't want to minimize myself. It's that the ideal and what we are doing together is far more important than my ego needs and then my personality. So it's really understanding that we are working for something bigger. So I wish you a wonderful full moon, also good balance between a masculine and feminine energy, because we have a square, a very tight square between Venus and Mars also in these days. So we can be really caught a bit in between one side that is, I want to assert myself, I want to start to affirm some things, to put energy, to be bold, be courageous. But on the other side, I can maybe invade the other people's space without realizing it, or maybe being a bit prone to aggression without recognizing it. And on the other side, there is Venus that says, okay, but look for a win-win situation. Try to compromise without losing the connection with your needs, of course. So making these two work together can be really easy these days. So depending, of course, on our birth chart, if we have a stronger Venus or a stronger Mars, we can take one side and deny the other, but it's important that we really bring them in cooperation. A square is a conflict, but there is the potential for growth in every square. So here we can really tap into our wisdom and try to combine this urge of union, of opening to love. Venus is in Pisces, so it's really about opening to love. And at the same time, stay true to our power and express our energy, express our independence, fulfill our own desires. So happy full moon to everybody.